Hello everyone, Daisy here with a combo layout. This is for SpiegelMom scraps as well as for this month's everyday inspiration. So the inspiration we are taking are those the picture that I showed at the beginning of the video with the floats in the pool, and I am using the gorgeous Rainbow Bright mix. Now this is a mix that is screaming to be used as like a shaker pocket or the way I'm using it here, which you'll see in a little bit. It's a mix of tiny little rainbow colored stars, and it's one of my favorites of all time. Like, I've been hoarding this. I have 2 packages of it and I don't want to use it, but at the same time I want to use it on everything. So I'm starting out, I'm also using my paper issues kit from June, and I am starting out backing this cut file. So I did kind of pop this up on some fun foam so that the colored parts are kind of recessed from the rest of the layout. So the Echo Park paper that I'm using as my background is kind of one level, and then everything is dropped down below it, if that makes sense. And I cut most of that out because it was really just me tracing and cutting and gluing. So I'm sure you've all seen how to back a cut file, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. So here I'm going to be using some glossy accents, and I put down a little puddle of it, and I'm going to put it in each of the tops of these beach balls. And then I'm covering, or I'm laying down some sequins, and then I'm covering the sequins with more glossy accents. So basically they end up looking like the epoxy flares that are out right now, but with some pretty sparkles, and I created them myself. So I'm just going to do that in the tops of all of the balls. Some of them do get covered up with my photo, but I was not sure at all where I was going to put my photo on this layout, so I figured I would do all of the little tops there. And these sequins are perfect for this kind of technique because they are so small and sparkly, and they really stand out really well in the glossy accents. So I'm just going to work on all of these little beach balls. Now this beach ball cut file is from a cut file that is free in the SpiegelMom Scrap shop, and it is one of the summer ones, obviously, and so you should head on over and check it out. Virginia has been creating cut files for SpiegelMom Scraps for the last few months. I think maybe since February, so you should head on over and check out all of the great ones that we have in the shop now, and they're all free. You do have to sign up for an account in order to download them, but they don't cost you anything for the digital files. It's the digital file only. You don't actually get a product with it. And while you're there, pick up some of these Rainbow Bright sequins. They're amazing, like I said, and you can use my code DAISY15 for 15% off anything that you purchase in the shop, except for the pre-order releases, because there's already a discount built in for that. And I believe there's one other thing that you can't use the discount on, but most of the things in the shop you can. So I kind of let that dry. It's not all the way dry by any means. It'll take like 24 hours for glossy accents to dry, so I don't have that kind of time. So I'm going to continue on. I have this photo of my daughter in the water on a floaty, and I just used some more of that rainbow paper. That is from Bohemian Dreams by Pretty Little Studio. Maybe, could be wrong on that collection. But it just had a bunch of rainbows, and so that's what I used to back all of the balls, and then also what I backed my photo with. That was in the paper issues kit as well, and so were these stickers, and so I'm just going to use the Oh Happy Day as my title. And then I had to think really hard on how I wanted to embellish this, because I don't know, I struggled with it a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. When I made this page, I hadn't scrapbooked in, I don't know, like a week and a half, and it was after a brutal weekend of work, and I just, yeah, was trying to get back into it, and sometimes that can be a little bit of a struggle. So I'm going to use some more of those pieces off of that thicker sheet, and those thickers are from the Pebbles collection. I can't remember what they're called. If you're interested, you can leave a comment down below and I can look it up, but I can't read that from my little screen here. So now I decided to do this fun little technique where I put down a line of glue and I just stick some sequins in it, and I love the sparkle that it gives, and I think it adds like something special. So I'm going to do that in the bottom and the top. Your fingers do get very sticky doing this, just to warn you. So, and I'm going to do that again here on the top because I'm going to put another cluster to kind of create that diagonal line that I have been kind of using on all of my layouts, even though not purposely. This actual kind of layout design that I have going here is one that I have been going to a lot lately. Like, it's been my fallback when I've been struggling. So a few of my layouts recently have had this kind of similar design to them. But that's okay. They all look different to me, and I really like the way they look, so it's okay. Just sticking more of those down. And I'm not going to put glossy accents over the top of these ones because I want them to be a little bit more present on the page than, you know, being kind of enclosed in that glossy accent. So now I'm just going through some die cuts that I had sitting next to my desk, trying to figure out what I can use to embellish this. And I end up using a scrap piece of that rainbow paper and just creating my own little tag to put up in that top corner. And I'm going to use some twine that I have in my stash as well, and that, yeah, just some pink and white twine. Excuse me. So for everyday, if you're here for everyday inspiration, you should head on over and check out all of the other ladies' beautiful creations. I will have links down below to their channels, and mostly to the direct video, so it should be simple enough for you to click down below. And again, don't forget you can use my code for 15% off. So I did pop that tag up on a little bit of foam just because I had already put the sequins down, and I didn't want it to, I wanted it to adhere really well to the page so it doesn't fall off. So I thought the foam would give it a little bit of lift over those sequins there. And then I had just put a little pineapple underneath the title, and then that, I was going to say penguin, flamingo down in the bottom right hand there. And I decided to extend my line of sequins down on the bottom on the to go to the other side of that beach ball. And then to finish it off, I'm going to stick some of these down a little bit. They're not sticking very well, and because there is some fun foam making the balls a little bit more 3D, they needed a little bit of support, so I just stick some foam behind there. And then I'm going to use some black acrylic paint and get some sparkles all over the page, or not sparkles, sprinkles all over the page here. So if you don't already belong to the Spread the Sparkle Facebook, you should head on over and join that. I will have a link down below for that as well. It's where you can find all of the things going on for SpiegelMom Scraps and some great inspiration from the design team, as well as, you know, anybody can post in that Facebook group, and we're all very supportive, and we love seeing what you create using the sequins. So I hope to see you there, and I will see you again next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!